In this video, we'll be talking about ways that Christianity is failing for some people. And so when we think about that, it's a really can be a heavy topic, right? Hey, if you're joining me for the first time, my name is Regina Cade. Welcome to Spiritually Fit for the Kingdom, where I teach you practical tips and truths that will help you to encounter Jesus in ways that will transform your life in so many ways. Let me count the ways, so many ways, right? So let's talk about this thing, Christianity. So a lot of people really struggle with Christianity because they try to approach it from a cerebral standpoint. Okay, you cannot use your head in order to think your way into a relationship with God. You cannot. The carnal mind, the Bible says, the carnal mind is an enemy against God. And so when we think about our human efforts and our fleshly capacities, it's God is a spirit, and so there's limitations there when it comes to our humanness, right? And so the Bible talks about how we must worship him in spirit and in truth. And so it takes truth encounter and it takes your spirit in relating to him, spirit to spirit, in order to really have this Christianity thing work for you. Okay, so that's number one. Number two, number two is that sometimes we have this misconception about God, that he just rules with this iron fist and he's just overbearing with his rules, and you have to be right and you have to do this and this, his commands and this and that, and he's so unreasonable and it's so hard and he's so tough, and he's just waiting to look for people to judge and to send to hell, and he just lets things happen, and right? So we have this misconception about God and who he is. And so when you think about it, it's hard to relate and to be in a relationship with someone who you just are in fear of, or you're disgusted by, or you don't really like, or like the things that they do or that they say. I mean, this is human life, human. That's just humanity, right? Think about people, that you may kind of be standoffish about just because of things that and how hard they are or how judgmental they are or whatever that may be. It's kind of hard to get in close and get intimate with somebody like that. And so that is a misconception about God. In the Old Testament, God did something. He did his thing. Now I ain't gonna lie. He did his thing, right? But we also have to consider that he had reasonings for the things that he did, but he also made a promise that he wouldn't flood the earth again, or that there's things that he is holding himself to, because he established a better covenant, a new covenant, established upon better promises through Christ Jesus, that made that door open unto us so that we may come back into relationship with him, that we may have access to him, that we may receive of his grace and his righteousness. So that's number two. Number three is your heart condition. A heart condition, a hardened heart will affect your ability to relate with God, because that is a place where we live out of. The Bible talks about that out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh. It also says that flowing from the heart are the issues of life. So the heart is an essential place of motivation and connection that we have. And when it's closed off to God, then it's hard to relate to him. It's hard to really have that encounter with him. It's hard to really allow him to come in and to change us and transform us. And so if your heart is hardened, and a lot of times it's hardened just based on the different experiences and belief systems that you have within your own self that prevent you from really effectively connecting with God. And the last thing, my last point here is that there's an issue with transformation. Sometimes we're gung-ho. We receive Christ into our hearts. We know that we are made new. Now we have this revival that has taken place in us, and we go home, and a week later, we still struggle. After we've tried to stop cussing or stop trying to do things that we know that aren't pleasing to God, or try not to, think a certain way or whatever, but you still have the same old thoughts. You still have the same old habits. You still doing the same old things. And so you kind of lose heart at this whole Christianity thing. Like, it didn't work for me. I'm not changed. I'm still the same person. And what we miss is that transformation lasting transformation happens by a series of encounters with Jesus, daily encounters. And it's a process Transformation is a process. It's bit by bit. Yeah, you were immediately given everything that you needed pertaining to life and godliness at that altar, but you have to work out your own salvation. You have to, bit by bit, issue by issue, take them to God, and allow Him to work this new life all through you, in your inner man, every deep part of you, connecting with Him on a deep, emotional, heart-to-heart, spiritual level. Okay? And that's where transformation comes out of. It takes an encounter with Him personally to really, really have that type of transformation that you need to be effective in living in this Christian life. So, if you found this video helpful in any way, hit that like button, smash the like button, whatever it's graze over it, tap it, whatever it is that you do, go ahead and do that and subscribe to make sure you don't miss any new content, because I'm passionate about helping people take out the complexities of Christianity and really, 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 really getting it down, breaking it down to a level that's practical. All right, until next time.